Divorce.
Hey man, welcome back to the Super Divorce YouTube channel.
Welcome.
Nicholas Villars here, aka Super Divorce, and today, the oldest game. Let's try. Okay, well this is based on the famous creepy pasta videos of Cane Pixels having to do with the rolling giant. And looks like we're gonna start things off similarly. You're gonna, yeah, just like the videos, you drop down the hole by the big tree and then you're down through the long ass stairway, several of them with the lights turned on. Like, what's going on here? Why are these lights on? Where are we going here? And they kind of expedited a little bit, I guess. Then you get some of the cutouts in the walls as you're going down, looking very similar to the famous videos. You might recognize that door there. How do we open up? We got to be able to open up. Gonna have to be, there we go. And then you got this strange shower room that acts as kind of a threshold, if you will, between the world of above that you come from down into the world of below. And this is going to be the, now it's all locked up tight. There's no going back now. In the videos what happens is
Stay away from me.
oh fuck, he's already coming in? Well, that's not quite like the videos. He's really up your ass right from the get-go, isn't he? Well, that's something. Okay. Oh, and there he is. So he can just kind of, huh? So is he just gonna? Is he just gonna show up wherever he wants to? Is there gonna be no consistency to? What do we got here? Some little trinkets, knickknacks and doodads. Now this is just, I think, kind of a working beta, if you will. This isn't the full game, but from what I understand, there are several items we need to find that will then allow us to activate the exit. Why am I caught on this chair or bed? It's clearly not a chair. We got a toilet. I don't recall seeing any toilets in the middle of the room. This kind of looks like the center where you'd find the AMC. If you've watched the videos, you know what I'm talking about. But we're being followed by the rolling giant.
Come on.
And the theory is that he is a kind of paper mache construction used in, oh, there he is. He was constructed for the Parade of the Giants in Texas. Going across the Trinity Bridge is what they called it. The Trinity Bridge. They had the Parade of Giants. People made all these historical figures. Big fucking paper mache giant versions of them, and they crossed this bridge, and well, one of those giants was this guy right here. And he was apparently modeled after a fella by the name of, what was it, a famous botanist, Revachon, Julian Revachon, I think that was his name. And and so why did he end up in a mall? Is because across town there in Dallas, Texas, the Valley View Mall, a big ass mall that was very successful in the 80s and 90s. They started slowing down over time. they tried to look at different things they could do
I
to
refuse to let this place kill me like it killed Wyatt.
repurpose some of the retail space that was no longer being used. They turned it into like a big kind of like an art installation. Fuck you, dude! How'd you get over there? And so they let artists move in and take some of the shops, and they had these big art displays. And the guy who created the Julian Revachon paper mache giant for the parade actually opened up a studio in the mall, and he brought his giant over there, and there he sat for quite some time. What was that? I just heard a gate open.
I'm waiting.
We're waiting. What are we getting stuck on? You don't want to get too far ahead of him, because then he'll just like, he'll spawn in front of you. That's what it seems like. But this big giant paper mache of Julian Revachon, the botanist, sat in the mall as they wound down the time that they were open to the public. They ended up tearing it down completely. People can no longer go in. It was going to be used. I wonder if he can get through here. Okay, good. He's trapped outside for a second, so I can kind of look around. Oh.
I really don't like mannequins.
Okay, there's one item. So as I was saying, the giant was sitting in the abandoned mall, and then they tore it down. It was supposed to be turned into this big, sprawling kind of outdoor. What they were going to call it, like the Dallas Midtown something or other. They're going to have apartments and shops and fucking restaurants. You can imagine you'd probably go there and there'd be Chipotle, and there'd be fucking Cheesecake Factory, and there'd be a little bit of this and a little bit of that, all this kind of stuff. And the project stalled. It's still kind of sitting in limbo to this day. That was supposed to be, I think, started back like a decade ago. And one thing after the next has gotten in the way of the project actually being completed. And this is real life stuff, I'm telling you right now. This isn't just Kane Pixels lore. This is like lore that exists in your world. In our world, in our shared world here. Wasn't there a thing... What was I looking at over here? It seemed like these eyeballs. Can I grab those? It looked like... That's a weird... That's a weird doodad.
Shopping mall this deep underground.
Here's more of them. Weird floating eyeballs. So anyway... The big ass Revachon, there he is, seemingly disappeared with the mall when they tore it down, eh? Something like that. And so when you go down here and you encounter him, you're kind of encountering a lost ghost. A guy who's been forgotten to time. And this is perhaps his one way of living on.
No, 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 no.
I don't even know where he is now. It's too dark. I can't see jack nor shit. I need to increase the brightness of this damn flashlight a little bit. Yeah, it's really tough to see.
I won't
See, if
let
you
you
watch,
get me.
if you watch the videos, you know, you'll have moments where the mall is nice and lit up, And actually doesn't look too bad. It's not always in a state of disrepair the way that this is. Right now, a shit strewn about all over the place. You actually don't really see it looking like this in the videos. You get a few different glimpses at it in different states of being. Like, you know, you'll see it and it's kind of empty but fairly pristine, and then you can see like some broken signage like near the end, some riffraff. So I guess maybe we just have to go into different stores, unless this is the one I've already been in. I don't know if this is how it's gonna work. Just go into different shops that are kind of arranged like this. But this is not necessarily what the mall looks like IRL. Again, this is an early build, so I'm not gonna slam them too hard for it, but it's not exactly what I was hoping for. Like, the beginning part looked really great. Looked just like the videos. And here he comes. But then, you know, this stuff, this doesn't look like any of the stores you see in the video. There he just dropped down. So I got to see him spawn. I guess this is another shop. So this is definitely a different shop than the one I was just in. And at some point, I suppose I'll figure out whether or not this is how it's gonna work. If it's gonna be like, go in every single shop and just try to find these little knickknacks that you, for some reason, need to escape. Seems a little arbitrary to me. Because again, that's not really part of the lore. When you're watching Wyatt in the official videos, there's never any grasping for a particular talisman or something that he needs to be able to open the exit. So the decision to make that...
I'm not going to let this place kill me like it killed Wyatt.
There he is. The decision to make it sort of item-based is a little odd, in my humble opinion. So we can go around here. And it also makes it a little frustrating to move around when it feels like, you know, you can't reliably tell where you're going, what you're looking at. Because your damn flashlight is so...
I'm not going to let this place kill me like it killed Wyatt.
Your damn flashlight is so dim. And none of the lights are on in here. Now maybe that'll change at some point. Maybe if you collect a certain number of items, then you trigger some lighting effects. Some of the overhead lights will come on. It's possible also that he's keeping it dim.
I'm right here.
So that you don't get a very good look at the mall itself. Because maybe that would reveal deficiencies in the design and what have you. Okay, so here he comes from that way now. And...
I've never been a fan of shopping malls.
I've always loved shopping malls. I was a big mall rat back in the olden days. A big mall rat. So I can't say I agree with him on that count.
No.
What? Keep getting stuck on shit too. No. Ah, there he is again. Yeah, I mean, it's like the mall looks so great in the videos, and it reminds me of a local mall here that was still open as recently as like just a couple years ago, the Cincinnati Mall, and it was like 99% abandoned. You can probably find videos of it on YouTube if you want to look it up, but it was legit. It was really cool. It was really cool back in the olden days too, when it was the Forest Fair Mall. I used to love going there as a kid. Big, fancy mall. First place I ever played a VR game. Like in the early 90s, they had an arcade there that had like an old school big ass VR setup with like the headset that came down. It was like connected to a fucking, you know, it was like something out of X-Men. It was like hooking up to Cerebro. But over the years, that place started to decline, much like the mall in this story, the Valley View Mall. And so it changed ownership a few times, changed names, became the Cincinnati Mills Mall, then just Cincinnati Mall.
Hello.
But by the end of it, there were literally like maybe 3 stores open, and the place was huge. Like one of the biggest malls in the area. Maybe the biggest. And one of those places that was open, one of the only stores that you could actually enter into was an arcade called Arcade Legacy. And the place was awesome. They had old school cabinets. You could basically just pay by the hour, or you could pay for like a full day pass. They also sold games.
Sorry this happened to you.
And then when the mall closed down, they, I think, moved to just like their barcade that they've got now. But they still sell old games, and they got their arcade cabinets, and it's still a cool place. But there was something magical about just in the middle of this 99% abandoned mall, having a fully functional arcade is like this lone oasis in this place that people should not even probably even been entering for years. I might have some footage of it somewhere. I have to have some pictures. But in any event, you know, this mall right here is not quite doing justice, I think, to the mall featured in the videos. And it's not like I keep dying. It's not frustrating in that respect, but it's frustrating because I just don't see what they're trying to get me to find here. And I keep entering these different shops, thinking, alright, well, you've just got store after store set up in the exact same configuration with these random items. I mean, look at these mugs. I've got a pretty big mug from the Omega Mart, but it's still not that big. That's ridiculous. It looks like it's got some coffee in it too. Should be able to drink the coffee and get a little speed boost. But the same few items over and over again, on the same kind of shelving units. No real variation in the store layout or the types of stores. I mean, again, going back to the videos,
It can hear me.
you can see all the names of the shops, one-to-one recreation of the original Valley View Mall when it was still open. So it's not like the source material isn't there. You could have recreated that exact mall, which is what I thought this game was going to be. I didn't look up any spoilers or any walkthroughs or anyone else's gameplay. I just wanted to go in blind and try it.
I'm not alone down here.
because I just watched like all this stuff literally today. I've heard about it. I've heard tell of it. I've seen clips here and there, but I was not real familiar with the lore. I watched all the videos, and I watched several videos of people explaining the lore behind it and delving into various theories and stuff, so I was like pretty jazzed to jump in here and see a lot of the stuff that I saw throughout the vids and throughout the series itself, and there's just not much going on.
Let this place kill me like it killed Wyatt.
So I don't know, man. I mean, how long do you want to walk around doing this? And I found one thing so far, and I've been playing for what, 25 minutes? There's a camera.
Once I find all the pieces, I have a feeling that'll let me get out of here.
Alright, well... maybe I'll keep going. I don't know.
I hope wherever you are,
We got little,
right, Wyatt.
little booty
Wyatt's
shoes. We need a top
He was able
hat.
to run for hours in these.
What the fuck? What? How did he even... well, how did he get in here? I thought he was trapped outside. Okay. Well, that's a little odd. So we need like a tuxedo and a top hat. I keep thinking the eyeballs are going to be a thing that I need. Very generous with the jump scare spacing, though. Because I feel like a lot of games would have had you dead, being that close to the bad guy. But I'm just not seeing... I don't know, does that salvage it? Is that gonna keep me playing? The fact that I just found another item? It's still not like... oh my gosh, I gotta see what happens. I gotta find these other things in this mall where I can barely see. And you know, you don't have a map or anything, so you can't tell exactly where you've been. You just kind of have to keep track. And down here it's so gosh darn dark. That's a big ask. You can hear him swizzling around out there, rolling on his
being in a shopping mall during the
wheelie
daytime.
wheels. There he comes. Yep, so I mean it's a pretty predictable loop, isn't it? What we gotta do here, you run for a little bit, and then you have to like reveal him, and just toilets all over the damn place. And I guess all you can really do is just go store by store, if you can even call these stores. And just look on every shelf for these silly little knickknacks.
Does this piece feel heavier than the last one?
I don't know, does it? What does that even mean? What are you talking about? Why would it feel heavier? It looked like a little... I don't even know what they were. A little set of balls?
No, there has to be another way out of here.
Oh, no. So I think that's it for this place. So we go out here, and then you wait until you see him rolling up, and then leave out the door, and then
I'm right here.
probably just head to the next one on the right. Oh, but there he is again. I mean, see? That's a little BS right there. That's a little bit of what you might call horse crap. You go through here. Okay, let that close, and let's look through this one.
Wherever you are, you're all right, Wyatt.
I don't think Wyatt's all right. If we're going by the story, by the official canon, I guess it depends. If you're talking about the ending of part 3, it didn't work out so well. But then in Dispersal, yeah, more of a hopeful ending. But, you know, I was looking at the videos, like I said, talking about the theories and the lore, and it's like, oh well, in Dispersal, it's like an alternate timeline. It's like a multiverse of Wyatts. And I'm just not the biggest fan of that. I'm not a big fan of multiverses. I would prefer a singular timeline theory. And I know that Kane Pixels said that Dispersal is not a retcon. Supposedly, he said the events of 3 actually happened. So he wasn't attempting to, like, erase that. But I was wondering, is there any way to explain, you know, him, spoiler alert, dying at the end of 3, and then seemingly, in Dispersal, actually surviving and escaping the mall? Is there any way that you can collapse that into one story? And I think it can be done. Because over time, I've really grown to hate multiverse storytelling. Even in real life, I don't like the multiverse theory. I think it's garbage. I think it's hot garbage. I think you're better off getting a hot Carl. You're better off with a hot Carl than subscribing to the multiverse theory. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't like it. I don't think it's coherent. I think it's so much nonsense. But anyway, in reference to the game, I'd like to believe that Wyatt got out. That whatever's going on in this universe... See, I can't go too fast or else then he'll appear in front of me and then I have to keep going back and forth, so that's why I'm letting him roll on in. Letting him get a little close. Come around the corner here. And so you might be like, well, Super Divorce, how does that work then? How does it collapse into one thing? Why would he get a second chance? If it's not a multiverse, then how do you explain that? And it's not a retcon. How do you say, well, he died at the end of 3, but also he survived? Well, I don't know exactly. I mean, maybe it's something like, you know, the ending of 3 happened, and then who knows what kind of sway the giant Julian Revachon has down here. Or rather, up here. If it's down at all, who even knows? Because there's the other idea that this is not... It's not just like a building underground. It's, it could be sort of like a... Not a hallucination, but maybe a psychic manifestation of the giant. Of Julian Revachon. It could be that he is master of this reality. And he is making us see what he wants us to see. Somehow he has got this psychic connection with this mall. It's his way of not being forgotten and lost to time. And he is manifesting it. And so perhaps while we're here, under his influence,
there has to be another way out
he
of here.
makes the rules, as it were. You know, he makes the rules for himself. He can appear, he can disappear. He seems to be able to manipulate time and space in this particular area. So, I mean, is it so unbelievable to think that maybe if we died under his watch, he could in some manner resurrect us and let us try again? It's like, well, why would he do that? Well, that goes to this, what was his name? Caleb fella on YouTube. And I watched some of his exposés on this story, and he's talking about how Julian doesn't want to be forgotten. And maybe he realized after we fell and died as Wyatt that he needs us. So his memory doesn't fade away completely, and so he can continue to live somehow, in some way, shape, or form. And it could be something like that. Stuff like that, man. Stuff like that. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. But I don't know if I'm gonna get all the way through this, because look, I mean, I've been doing this for a little while, and I was trying to take the sort of systematic approach,
down here.
and I don't really feel like I'm having very good luck. And I don't really like doing this. It's not the most fun to just go in and out of store after store. There's nothing you can really look at. There's nothing cool to browse. It'd be one thing if it was like full of shops that were all unique and had, you know, sort of classic items you could look at. Like going into a record store, you could browse and see all the different vinyl records and compact discs and cassette tapes and posters and other fun things that you would like to browse around at if you were at a mall. Walk into the food court and see restaurants still standing. You know, you go up to the hot dog stand, you see hot dogs on the roller, on the hot dog roller, and you can press E and it's like, and it gives you a speed boost. This is, there's just not enough here, I think, to keep me engaged. And I don't like throwing in the towel, but how long do I want to spend doing this? The answer is not much longer. It just sucks to have kind of like a few things, you know. I found a few items. I didn't find everything. I don't know exactly how large this place is. I have no real idea. I know this is where I came in, isn't it?
It can hear me.
Sometimes they'll hide something right where you come in. But I guess not this time. So I think I'm good on this. I think I'm gonna let him jump scare me and see what happens. Nothing. I didn't even pick easy. I thought I picked normal.
Where the hell is the exit?
Well, at least we get a good look at him, right? Okay. Well, there you have it. If they do another version of this at some point, then maybe I'll take a look, but as it stands right now, it's a bit underwhelming, you know, because this is a really cool story, and the setting is so great, and if you watch through all of them, you'll really be vibing with the creepy vibes, and then you just come in here, and again you're looking around, and it's
getting closer.
You can't see jack nor shit. There's no variation. It's like this everywhere. And then all the stores look exactly the same. And it's like the same few items over and over again. It's like, well, that's not accurate. That's not what it looked like. But, you know, it feels like a good foundation. It's a good start. So it could be turned into the thing you want it to be. Is that gonna happen? I don't know. Anyhow, that's it for now. So if you enjoyed this video, please sub to the channel. If you've not done so, give us a like here. And comment below if you got anything. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you think of the Oldest View series itself. If you have any theories concerning it, anything that maybe I talked about that you disagree with, let me know in the comments below. And also, I stream Monday through Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so stop on by and hang out sometime. Love to have you in the chats. Until next time, take real good care. Keep kicking ass. Love you lots. Lord willing, be back very soon with
being in a shopping mall during the daytime.
With another video for you to watch. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
We gonna go viral with this one.